Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Let's jump right into Big Brother. This is Sunday night's episode where we get to figure out who is the HOH and who is the nominations. I think I already told you who it was the other day from the live feeds. I made a live feed video yesterday. I did not upload it. I'm sorry. I kind of went in on a few people and I was like, Angie, you probably were a little bit too harsh. Don't upload that. I said, one, I want to see, because if y'all ain't been following the live feeds, y'all missing out. I want to see if the editors include some of the bullshit that has been going on over the weekend. As I watched the episode last night, they did not. But a lot of it happened around POV. So I'm going to save some draggings until Wednesday. If I don't see it on TV by Wednesday, they going to get dragged. But let's get right into it. Today we're going to talk about the stuff that I saw aired, and we're going to talk about a little of the stuff that was cut out because one segment completely pissed me off. So let's get right into the HOH. We already know they was doing skeet ball. Skeet ball up and down that hill. Get 3 balls in the hole, you win. And it was in 3 rounds. First 2 rounds and then the finals. I ain't about to go through all those rounds. When it came down to it at the end, it was between Enzo, Kaser, and David. And I was surprised David was in it. I would love for there to be a David HOH. Not this week, because this week David would just be doing what Tyler tells him to. But like next week, a David HOH could be interesting because he would have to show his cards if he's gonna flip on Black Girl Magic or is he gonna flip on Tyler. And I have a feeling David would flip on Black Girl Magic like some pancakes. Flip, flip, flop. I'm telling you. It gets down to it. We already know Enzo won. I told y'all that on the video anyway. Enzo vows that this is his HOH and he's going to do what Enzo wants to do. And what Enzo wants to do is what the house wants him to do. This week is going to get boring. I'm trying to make it entertaining for you all. What pissed me off, number one, is during, I believe, the second round of the HOH competition, Danny was in it, and Danny did make it to the finals. When Danny sunk her 3rd ball to make it to the finals, Davon was on the sidelines losing her mind like, yes, Danny, you go, all right, girl, yes, Danny. And I'm like, bitch, don't you know you the first one she would put on the block next to Kaser? It would be you and Kaser sitting on the block. I need Davon to catch a clue, and I need her to catch it fast. Really fast. Moving on. Memphis lets us know in the DR that David is still his #1 target. And I'm like, why? Why? Of all the people in the house that could beat you in this game, David is not one of them. David has done everything but lick the inside of your asshole. I'm sorry if that's vulgar, but it's the truth. David is in the house, scared to make you a have-not after you done, you know what he did, little buddy. You done little buddied his ass, and David is scared to return the favor. He's offering to cook you food, wash your dishes, and he's still your #1 threat. He's working with your allies, and he's still your #1 threat. You get all the side eyes, Memphis. All the side eyes. Now, a little rumor I heard on Twitter, they said David got offered a spot on the challenge, and I guess he turned it down to come back to do this season of Big Brother. And someone said David also was working out because he got offered a spot on Love Island. I can't see David doing any of it. Any of it. I want to kind of ask the producers, like, what pity do you all have on, like, why do you all pity David so much? Out of all the black people, he's not the first black person to be voted out first. He's not. He's not the first black person to go for a twist. So out of all the people, everyone who has gone first that we kind of were like, oh, we really wish we could see him play. What made David so special? I guess because he was recent. Like, he's the first one on your mind because it just happened last season. I don't get it. He definitely, I don't see him on Love Island, the way he talks to people and that fake ass crying. I don't know no girls that really want to fall for it, but I ain't every woman. I'm not. I'm only Angie. And the challenge would chew him up. He wouldn't last. He would probably be begging to go into elimination on the challenge. I don't think he would last. Let's move on from that little rumor. So, Cody is in the room with Danny, asking Danny, you know, did you make this rogue vote? Because, you know, who did you get to vote with you? And they show the flashback of Danny asking Cody, you know, you want to play the game fun or you want to be boring? And he's like, what you talking about? And Danny is denying the vote. Like, I don't know. I think Bailey and Devon did it because you wouldn't do it with me, so I didn't do it. And I'm like, bitch. I'm about to read this bitch Danny at the end. Just wait. Just wait. So now, Devon in the room crying over her baby like, oh, I miss Kaden so much. And I understand, girl, I understand. But let me tell you something, Day. If you don't wake up and get a clue, if you and Bailey don't win this HOH next week, oh, you're going to see Cadence very soon. So save your tears. You're about to see your baby very soon. You ain't even about to make it to jury day if you don't get a clue very soon. Now, we in the room, more rogue vote talks. Everybody in Candace, not Candace, what's the child name? Christmas in there. Cody, Danny, Devon and Kevin walk in. Everybody talking about, I ain't do it. I put it on my baby. I ain't do it. I ain't do it. I put it on whatever. I forgot what Kevin put it on. But everybody putting it on something. Putting on 10, putting on 20. They ain't do it. So here come David in the room. And they're like, David, who you vote for? And he was like, huh? And they was like, you know, the vote, we just voted somebody out who you vote for. And he's like, I can't believe they put me on the spot asking me my vote. And I'm like, bitch, I'm looking at the TV. I'm with them. I'm like, that motherfucker voted for Kaser. Like, David's stupidity is making me stupid because I'm like, did he vote for him? Like, why he acting like this? Why he acting so suspect? Like, just say you voted for Janelle. It took him about 30 minutes to say, I voted for Janelle. I can't stand David on the screen. As much as I can't stand him, I wish production, let somebody just drag David to the end, but don't give him no more camera time. Don't give him no more camera time. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. He had me acting like a dummy for a second. I was like, maybe he did vote for Kaser. I don't know. Why he acting so funny? I can't stand his ass. But let's move on. So now, Day and Kaser are in the bathroom having a great conversation that I'm so happy made it to the edit. They were talking about, Day asked Kaser about his religion, certain ways he has to prepare his meat. And they were talking about how black people get shot by the police, how the first thing they want to say is, oh, they had a little bit of weed in their pocket, or oh, they've been arrested 2 years ago. Like, that's no reason to shoot people down for no reason. And then they started talking about how they're nervous to drive and, you know, to get pulled over by the police. And I feel the same way. One, I feel the same way because I have bad attitude. And I'm always asking people, like, what you pulled me over for? Like, I remember this ain't right. This is not right. But I remember one time, I was wrong. I was driving with no insurance. The police followed me to my job, which is so embarrassing. And he called in for backup. And in Atlanta, I don't know if you know, in Georgia, they could just run your plates and tell if you got insurance or not. They ain't got to look at the card, call it in or nothing. They just run your plates. And he was like, we ran your plates, you ain't got no insurance, it lapsed, whatever. We got to tow your car. And I was so embarrassed because here I am in this corporate building in the parking lot. There's 2 police cars behind me trying to tow my car. And the windows are all glass. And I have the worst attitude. I'm like, stop fucking talking to me. Like, I'm cursing out the police, like, cause he's like, man, we need. I'm like, stop fucking talking to me. Like, you gonna tow my car, tow it. Don't say shit else to me. And I'm on the phone with my mom, hysterical with her, and she's hysterical. Like, shut the fuck up before they take you to jail. And that's why I get nervous, because you have to control your mouth. It's a shame. One, you shouldn't talk to them like that, but you should be able to ask a question without the fear of a flip. I really love Day, and I really love Kaser for having these conversations in the Big Brother house, using this platform. I applaud CBS for letting these type of conversations make it to the air. That's all I'm gonna say about that, because I'm not gonna shade Day or Kaser. I had a good joke written in my notes, but that ain't the moment for a joke. Let's just move on. So now we get to some good stuff. Now we down to the have-nots. It's only gonna be 3. Anyway, so now Enzo says it's only gonna be 3, so I get to pick. Enzo picked. He really ain't picked. Tyler volunteered. Ian volunteered too, but Tyler insisted on volunteering. Why? I don't know. I would have let Ian have it. Ian, don't worry about me this week, Enzo. Ian can have it. Whatever. Maybe Tyler want to go on a diet or something. I don't know, because that slop look nasty. Cody, and if I was Cody and I already saw Ian volunteer, I would have just said, okay, Ian, don't worry about it. You can do it too. But Cody is like, nah, Day, you gonna be the have-not. And Day must have put Cody on have-not last week. I can't remember. She probably did, because that's the only reason why I can see them returning the favor. And to me, that's what I would do. Every week, you put me on have-not. Okay, now you would have-not. Okay, now you... Wouldn't nobody else go in rotation, because it's me and you. You started it, I'm finishing it, and we're going to keep going till one of us get out. So now it's Bailey's turn. And ooh, this is the good hot shit I was waiting for. Bailey was like, you know, Danny, you can have a turn. And Danny gave her those eyes where she was trying to be funny, and she's like, I'm coming after you. And Bailey was like, girl, you could swing, but you sure better not miss. And Danny's face was cracked. And that was the hot shit I was talking about. I said, yes, somebody talking the hot shit. I think this all the hot shit we gonna get for the week. So I just had to revel in it. And I was like, yes, babe, look at Danny, like, like, it was good. It made my week. It made my week. So moving on. Now this is the episode where we about to get to reading. Franz and Danny get a friendship segment. And I said, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. Okay, Franz and Danny known each other outside the house. They good friends. Cool. I don't care. But let's not flash all of the events where they're just, yeah, girl, I totally trust you. I know Danny can go talk to anybody in the house, and she's not going to try to come for me. So, I love Danny. Let's read down some of the real shit they've been in the house doing. One, Franz is the poster child of a Karen. Franz is scared of all the black people. Now this week, Franz is in the house saying she's scared of Bae because she doesn't want Bae to pop off on her, and Bae is a little bit too sassy. Like, and I'm like, why Bae gotta be sassy? You sitting right next to the sassiest bitch. This the bitch that just told somebody she coming after them because they made her have-nots. You sitting next to the sassiest bitch in the house who always got some hot shit to say, but you scared of Bailey. And so then over on Twitter, somebody broke down every segment of Friends is Playing Big Brother, where she has stated she was scared of the black people she played with. She started with being scared of Amber. Amber was aggressive. She was scared of playing with Devin. Now, Devin was crazy. She can get a pass for Devin for his craziness. And then she told somebody when she played in 18 with Zakiya that as soon as Zakiya walked in the door, she was scared. And I'm like, why the fuck? What? when you first walk in the door, all you doing is, hey, how you doing? Yeah, big breathing. Like, you doing all that bullshit. So what was so scary about that, friends? So fuck all that bullshit with friends. Now over here on Danny said some hot shit on the live feeds that completely pissed me off. I read Danny up and down on this video I made yesterday, and I ain't uploaded. Matter of fact, I'm about to delete it from my phone so it won't accidentally get uploaded. But what Danny said was Janelle gave Bailey that jean jacket that have all the stars on it. It was bad. It's probably Gucci or something like that. She gave it to Bailey. And in the clip, Bailey even said, I'm going to wear it for you, girl. And when I see you at the finale, I'm going to give it back to you. Whatever. Because Janelle also gave her some more clothes and like this badass dress. But moving on from that. So they in their feelings because Bailey is walking around in a Janelle jacket. Like, they just hate Janelle. Can't nobody even wear a jacket of Janelle. They want no parts of Janelle in the house. So they mad at Bailey for walking around in this jacket. And Franz is like, yeah, Janelle gave it to her. And then here come Danny bitch ass talking about, nah, I don't think she gave it to her. Bailey probably stole it. And I said, okay, the black girl now has to steal. She's already too sassy. Danny was already saying once they get Kaser out, they want to pick on Bailey so she can go all angry black woman and the house will be like, Bailey is stirring up too much drama, so let's get Bailey out. So the black woman is a thief. You want to pick on her so she can pop off and you can call her the angry black woman. And then Danny also, week one, when Davon was combing her hair, and as she was walking through the house, she was like, look at Davon and her weave. So a black woman can't have hair. She got to have a weave. That ain't some clip-in bullshit in your thin ass shit. I no longer like Danny. I'm upset that she was ever even someone I was looking forward to see play, because I just don't like what's coming out of her mouth when it comes to when it's about the two black women in the house. They really haven't said, I haven't heard them say too much about Davon. I think because, I don't know, like, I think Franz kind of wants to kiss Davon's ass so Davon won't put her up on the block. But let's just move on. I just said bitches. I'm not gonna say everything I said about Danny, but that really pissed me off. It really pissed me off because I had to go back and look at the live feed. I didn't just want to read about it. I saw the clip where Danny said, no, Bailey probably stole them. And I was like, you bitch. Let's move on. So Kaser goes up and talks again with Enzo. Enzo is like, Kaser ain't talked to me in these 4 weeks since he been here, so I ain't about to trust him now. Now, I understand Kaser is a predictable nomination, but I understand you got to talk to everybody. You got to. You should have at least approached Enzo last week when Janelle was on the block. But anyway, Christmas and Enzo meet up. He wants a little bit of alliance for giving her that safety. I think Christmas and Enzo could be a powerful duo in the game. And I'm going to tell you why. Because at some point, Tyler and Cody have to shoot at each other. At some point, Danny and Franz are going to go on the block together. And they're going to shoot at each other because both of them are going to want to stay. So while the top 2 men and the top 2 women are feuding, you got to get them out. It already looked like Danny could go this week, but we're going to get to that in a minute. They're already feuding. If you have 2 comp beasts, because like Enzo done won something every week. And Christmas can win too. You got 2 comp beasts that where if they feuding and they stick you up with somebody and you can win a POV and save yourself and save each other, you 2 could be sitting at the final 4 easy. But I'm gonna hold out on Enzo and Christmas. I'm gonna hold out. The one thing Enzo does not have going for him is that he is not a part of the telephone group. You're just a subsidiary, Enzo. But let's move on. So the nominations are Kevin and Kaser. That ain't nothing. They want to talk about we shocked by the nominations. I knew that from the moment I heard Enzo won. I said, who he either gonna put up, Kevin or David. And Kevin is up here crying like, I can't believe I'm on the block. I can't believe everyone's... Ain't nobody coming after you, Kevin. If your head was screwed on straight, you would know. Kaser is the target. And you would know, go ahead and make your little pallet on that block. Because that's where you're going to be sitting until you finally find your way out the game, probably top 8, top 7. You're going to be sitting on that block for a minute as a pawn. Let's get into some things that happened in the house. There was a wall yeller. It had to be the other day. The wall yeller is yelling, Cody and Nicole, or Nicole and Cody is playing everybody. And it was a couple people in the backyard. Kaser was sitting back there. Kaser ain't have to be told that. I believe David was sitting back there. That's the dummy who, he probably ain't even here. He probably was like, who was Nicole and Cody? Who else was sitting? Christmas was sitting back there. I don't know what Christmas would do with that information. She probably just go tell Nicole what they said, and we gonna get to see Nicole cry a little bit this week, which I'm gonna be happy to see. I'm gonna be happy to see it. I don't think the people who were in the backyard at the time will receive the information and see who needed to be sitting back there was Black Girl Magic. Who needed to be sitting back there was Bay and Day, so they can hear it, because they need to wake up. I don't think they realize yet that they are the next targets. Now let's move on a little bit further. Now I'm gonna tell you a little bit spoiler. If you don't want to hear it, go ahead and click off now, because I'm about to say it. The POV already happened, and I found out the other day that Kevin won POV. Congratulations, Kevin. You were safe, but at least we get to see Enzo have to renominate somebody. Now Christmas volunteered. It's probably gonna be Christmas, but I hear the people in the house are sick of Danny and her shit. And I've heard Tyler has already pushed for Danny to be the replacement nom, and Cody, not Cody, I think Tyler has pushed and Black Girl Magic has pushed for Danny to be put on the block. And from what I hear, Enzo is scared to do it. He feels like it's too early to make that kind of move. Why? If your entire alliance is behind it and the person who you put on the block is going to be gone, what is going to be the backlash? Even if Kaser stays, Kaser is not coming for you. He never was. If Kaser stays, he's going to go after friends, Cody, Tyler, the people who he knows is in the telephone group. He's not coming after you. If I was you, I would strike a deal with Kaser. Kaser already likes Christmas. Christmas already likes Kaser. Bring Kaser into that trio. Y'all really could go far in the game, but Enzo is about to make a scared move, which is going to get him to jury. Somebody needs to do something. I need the producer just to say, fuck it. The viewers aren't happy. Enzo, put Danny ass on that block and move on. Somebody needs to get to Enzo. I don't know when the actual POV ceremony takes place. Today is Monday. I don't follow it that much. I don't know the actual days. But if I'm gonna check the live feed updates when I get off of this video. But I'm really hoping because I'm like, your boy Tyler, and somebody told me, either Tyler or Cody, somebody revealed, they call it the committee, but I call it the telephone group. Someone told Enzo about the telephone group. So if you know Enzo, if someone tells you about the telephone group and you can clearly see you are not a part of the telephone group, this is your opportunity to take a shot. Why? Why get all of this information and just do something that's only going to make the people who didn't include you, who just made you a subsidiary, happy? And I don't even, I'm going to get over it. I'm going to get over it. I'm going to stop right there. I want to see this POV episode because it could turn out to be good. I have a feeling it won't, but I'm going to leave a little bit of hope. I'm going to leave a little bit of hope. Anyway, y'all, get in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about this past week's episode, my review. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And I will see you all after Wednesday's POV episode. I'm sure I'm going to know who got renoms or not, if it's Christmas or Danny, and probably by the end of the day. But I probably ain't gonna come back on this video till Wednesday. All right, y'all. Like I said, like, comment, share. I will see y'all later. Have a good one. Bye.